Hello friends, welcome to Python batch, and in this video we will talk about variables, operators, operands, and we will see how we can use all these in our programs. So let's start. So first of all, we'll talk about variables. So what are variables? Variables are basically nothing but a reserved memory location where we store a value. Like we can store integer value, we can store string value, we can store float value. So let's see how we can store the value. So I'm taking a as a variable, and to store a value we will have to use equal operator. So a equals to 5, so I am assigning or storing integer value. So a is now my integer variable because it is storing a integer value. In the same way we can store uh, a string value, and to store a string value we have to use uh, the double quotes, and between that we can store the value. Now it will show me a string value, that is XYZ. So you can also store the same value in either double quotes or single quotes. There is no difference, the meaning is same. It is again showing me the same value. So now my a is an integer variable, b is a string variable, and my c is a float variable. So here you can see we have integer variable, string variable, and float variable. So if you want to update the value of any variable, let's say you want to change or update the variable of a, then you will have to assign the value again. Now here we have assigned a new value to a, and if you'll type a, then this time it will give you the new value, the recent value, or you can say the current value which is currently stored in this variable. Now let's do some operations. So now a plus b. So this is what we call as expression. This is expression, and my plus operator, plus sign is an operator, and here in this expression a and b are my operands. So a plus b, it will give you an error because we cannot add a string and integer value. So either we can add integer or float value, but we cannot add a string value within integer or within float. Let's say I'm assigning it again, a equals to 5, b equals to 3. So a plus b, a plus b, that's 8. A minus b, that's giving me 2. A multiplication b, giving me 15, and a divided by b, it's 1.66. So these are my operators: plus, minus, multiplication, division. And there are some more operators like a double asterisk b. This double asterisk we call it as exponent. So this is my exponent operator that I've used here, and that means 5 to the power 3. The value of a is 5 and the value of b is 3. Here you can see. So it is showing me the result. 5 to the power 3 means 5 into 5 into 5. So this is how it is calculating it. So the result is 125. There is one more operator, a double slash b. It's giving me a result 1. The value of a is 5 and the value of b is 3, and the result that I'm getting is 1. So how it is calculating? Basically we have just calculated a divided by b, you can see here, and the result that we are getting is 1.66. So it basically removed the values which are showing after the decimal. So it has removed all the values which are showing after the decimal and giving me a result as 1. So now we'll learn how we can check the type of our variable and what is typecasting. So let me assign it once again. Let a equals to 5. I'm assigning it again. B equals to, I'm creating a string variable, and C equals to, let me take it as float. Now if you want to change the type of variable a, let's say it's a currently an integer variable and you want to change it into a float variable, so how you will do that? So let me show you first how we can check the type of any variable. So to check the type of variable a, what you will do, you just need to write print and in bracket just type and a. Now it will show me class end. So this is an integer value. Here you can see a equals to 5. This is my integer value. In the same way you can check the type of variable b. So here we are checking the type of variable b. It is showing me string. So b is a string variable type, and you can check the type of variable c as well, and this is a float type. Now you want to change the type of a variable, so let's say I want to change the type of variable a. Currently it is an integer, we have just checked here. So my a is an integer variable, so to change it, what I will do, I'll write a equals to, I'll change it into a float, float, and in bracket a. So what does it mean? I am just changing the value of variable a into float and I'm storing it again into a. So here, and if I'll check what my a is having, it's 5.0. You can check the type now. Earlier it was showing me an integer variable, and now this time it will show me a float variable. So now a has now become a float variable. In the same way you can change the type of variable c. I'll show you how. Again the same method I will use. C equals to, currently it is float, now I'll change it into integer. So in this way you can change it into integer. So now c is showing me as 5. See, earlier it was 5.6, and now it has removed the value showing after the decimal and converted into integer and stored only 5. So c has now become an integer variable. And let's say if you have b equals to 768, so again I am using a quotes here. So this is my string variable because I've placed the value between these two quotes. So you can check that it's going me 768, and you can check the type of this variable. It's a string. So in this variable you can convert it into either float or into integer. So how you'll do that? B equals to, let's say I am going to convert it into integer, so I'll write it as in the same way, and now you can check the value. Now it has removed these two codes and giving me only 768. Now you can check the type. Type of B is now showing me integer. So in this video that we have covered how we can create a variable, integer variable, string variable and float variable, and how we can check the type of any variable we have covered in this video, and how we can change the type of any variable, and what are operators, what are operands. Our operators are plus, minus, multiplication, division, floor division, and modulus. So thank you so much for watching the video. See you in the next class.